But first, a private viewing just for you, Fan Nation, of one of the rarest collections of game-worn Pens gear ever assembled.
Some of this 412 Fanatics items are so significant. When we asked him, what's your holy grail of Pens collectibles, he said this.
The holy grails, to me, are already in my basement. It feels like I'm walking into the Pittsburgh Penguins Hall of Fame when I come downstairs to watch a game or to hang out.
KCS is a lifelong Nebraskan who developed a love for the Pens at an early age.
His cave includes this museum-like display of extraordinary Lemieux and Crosby jerseys.
Two of my favorite jerseys are the Mario Lemieux Stanley Cup Final jerseys that he wore in the 1991 and then the 1992 Stanley Cup Final.
To explain just how special these jerseys really are, their black counterparts are behind glass at the Heinz History Center and the PPG Arena's Suite 66.
For me, the white ones hold more significance because of the moments that Mario Lemieux created wearing those jerseys when he scored the incredible end-to-end goal, going through, I think it was Neil Wilkinson's legs, and then celebrating in a way that you didn't get to see much from Mario, with a big fist pump at the end.
In the 92 jersey, Mario scored this game-winning goal with 12 seconds left, shifting the momentum of the series and leading the Pens to a cup.
Mike Lang has attributed that particular goal in 1992 to be the greatest goal in Penguins history. When I was about 14 years old, I remember recording pretty much every playoff game on my little black and white TV in my bedroom on VHS tape.
Casey compiled an anthology of game footage through his childhood and beyond.
But he never imagined how those tapes will lead to some of the most incredible memorabilia acquisitions of all time.
I was scrolling through eBay in 2006. I would search every day for Penguins game-worn jersey, and sure enough, there was a jersey that was there that looked like the 5 goals, 5 ways jersey.
On New Year's Eve, 1988, Mario Lemieux scored 5 goals 5 different ways in a single game.
Not much was made of it at the time until people went back through the box scores and realized, wow, he did something that no one else in NHL history had ever done.
And no one has ever done since.
So I looked at the photos and then I thought, wow, this could be the jersey from that game, and I popped in the DVD from the collection that I have. And sure enough, there was the mark on the left sleeve as he was skating after he scored his final goal. There was also a mark on the back that you could see when he skated off the ice as the #1 star of the game that clearly matched the jersey.
Using this technique, comparing marks on items with marks seen in game film and photographs, Casey is able to authenticate his game-used gear.
But he doesn't just verify his own stuff. In the world of game-worn memorabilia, Casey has become the go-to person to authenticate Penguins items.
I do write letters of authenticity that include photos of the actual item that I authenticate, along with pictures that show the player actually wearing the item that accompany the letter.
The jersey collection may be the highlight of this fan cave, but it's also just the start.
Here are the skates that Lemieux wore when he hoisted the franchise's first Stanley Cup in 1991.
The franchise was pretty much at rock bottom for a number of years in the 70s, early 80s. And then those were the skates that brought the franchise to the pinnacle, the ultimate in winning the Stanley Cup. I've got sticks from each of the captains from the 5 Stanley Cup seasons. The Stanley Cups behind me are the trophies that they issue to the players, coaches, after they win the Stanley Cups. They're the same ones that Mario Lemieux presented to President Bush when they visited the White House for the first time. And then to go along with that, I have the Stanley Cup rings that they issued to the players as well. Some of the items in my collection are the most significant items in the history of my favorite team, and it's a dream come true for me to be able to display it like my own museum in my basement.